turn on my radio, gonna end this right, DJ. Won't you play my song to DJ? Won't you play my song to DJ? And never get me wrong. Sit back for a minute while I sing this song. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah. Go and settle on in. This is the day the Lord has made. It's good. It's good. Crazy. Keep it locked. Yeah. Go keep it locked. Yeah. Go keep it locked. Go keep it locked. Go ahead, keep it locked. Go keep it locked. Go keep it locked. Yeah. Check. You are now listening. Keep it locked to the C1 radio show. Radio show. Keep it crazy. Keep it locked. Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Crazy One, and welcome to, got that right. Welcome to my first tutorial here on YouTube. Tonight we're going to show you something that's a basic thing to do, but yet it's a very important thing to do. Why do I say it's important? Well, being in radio for so many years, we get submissions all the time, and I mean, like, sometimes hundreds a week, hundreds a month, depending on, is it a busy music season or not. And one of the major things that that gets us frustrated here at C1 is when we get music in and we say, okay, we're going to download all this music, we're going to put it into a player, we're going to screen these things, and we're going to see, what songs we like and what songs we like. And one of the worst things that can happen is you submit your music into a radio station, and when they put it into their player to listen to it and screen it, the first thing they see is artist name, track 1, or just the track name with no artist name, and there's nothing to indicate who the artist is, what the name of the song is if it belongs to an album, do they have an album that goes to it, all that good stuff. Those are things that are really needed when you're submitting your music to a radio station. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to tag your music properly in your MP3s, your WAV files, however you submit your music. We're going to show you how to properly tag your music inside, tag your information inside of the music, so that when someone sends it into an editor, it's already there. They don't have to worry about who's singing how is it going, and all that good stuff. All right, so let's get started. For this example, I am going to use Adobe Audition, and Adobe Audition is one of my apps of choice when I'm editing sound and when I'm editing music, those types of things. I mean, not for like making music, but when you're editing them, and in most audio players, or most audio editing software, rather you're using Pro Tools, if you're using Reason or Fruity Loops, whatever have you, they have somewhere where they can actually put the information in there. They're called ID3 tags. All right, so if you look over here in this area to the right, you'll see that it says ID3 tags. And what these ID3 tags do is they actually house all the information of your song. So you see I had stuff already pulled up here, and it's got the title, the artist, the album that it comes from. If you really wanted to, you can go ahead and throw in let's just use a quick picture right there. We'll throw in that. So when you throw it in someone's player, the album cover, if you had album art to go to the project, you can also throw that in there as well. Also gives you an option of what day did it come out. I mean, or what year did it come out? And I believe I did this like around 2005-ish or whatever. Any other comments that you want to put in there will be in there. The genre of the music, you can put it in there. So that's a lot easy for tracking if you ever wanted to if you ever wanted to go ahead and like say, well, I want to make sure that people know this is an R&B song, or I want to make sure that people know this is a hip hop song, or if you're crossing genres or something like that, and you can actually make sure it's counted in rock, it's counted in gospel, it's counted in wherever that you wanted to have it counted in. So that's a very important thing. Let's go back into this. And so now you have your track number. So if this is a part of an album, what track number is it? So if I dump a whole bunch of one person's tracks in here and they come from the same album, it should pop into the player sequentially. If you really want to get good with it, throw in your lyrics. I know a lot of Christian and inspirational music people, they want their lyrics in there to make sure that the radio station can see what the lyrics are, to make sure that there's nothing that's being said that's crazy or funky, any of that type of stuff going on. The composer, now we're getting into some really good information here. So the person who wrote the song, all right, the people, the group or the collaborators of the song, you can put this in here. This also helps you in your case of, copyright infringement or anything like that. You put all this stuff in there and it gets stamped. Boom, it says it right there that John Smith wrote this song. So part of a set, if it's, part 1, part 2, you can put it part 1 of 2, part 3 of 4, so on and so forth. Remixed by, if it is mixed or remixed or something like that, you can put your engineers or your producers information in here as well. And also the big important one, the copyright, in which you can actually see the copyright information of the music with the URL from said copyright right underneath it. Okay, and this is like so important, and it's so good, and it's so easy. It takes a couple of extra minutes to go ahead and do this. And Audition is not the only place that you can do it in. All right, so I want, just to encourage anybody out there that if you're not using the same software that I'm using, don't worry about it, because the software that I use is what's comfortable for me. If you're using Pro Tools, or even if we want to do this within the native Windows or native Mac programs, the operating systems, you can always right click, go into the properties, or go into the info for Mac, and you can put in the same information there if you don't have an editor. Now, I know a lot of artists don't go ahead and start buying their own editing software. They might buy some recording software, for voice recordings or scratch tracks or something like that. So go ahead and talk to your engineer, if that's you, if you don't have this fancy type of software, and let them know, I need you to edit my ID3 tags. And if you are one of those people, or you know what, if you don't even have a program for scratch tracks or anything like that, almost everybody has iTunes now. So you can go ahead on your iTunes and you can edit your ID3 tags on your iTunes by right-clicking on it, going into your ID3 tags, and you can still edit the same information here. So let's just say, let's go back into here, and let's just say I wanted to tag, all right, so I want to change this one to one day to one of these days. All right, and I can go ahead and change that. Boom, that is now the name of the song. So when you pop this up in your editor, or you pop this up in your player, what you're going to get now is this showing up. And if I, when I go into my radio station software and I put it in, it automatically separates by artist and entitle. All right, so one of the things that you don't want to do, and this is a very crucial thing, is when you're labeling your music, you don't want to do anything like track 1 and then put your title in there, because that can screw things all the way up. All right, you want to make sure that your track numbers are in where your track numbers go. You want to make sure that your artist name goes where the artist goes, and your album name goes where your artist goes. You don't want to start putting in numbers unless it's a part of the song title. Now, if it's a part of the song title, then by all means, go ahead and throw your numbers in there. But for most people, and a lot of what we see a lot of times when people submit their stuff to radio stations, is they put in their track number in the title as if that's going to push it up to the front somehow. But hey, I know some radio programmers and some program directors who will get annoyed with that because no one wants to spend the extra 2 minutes on the receiving side. No one wants to spend that time re-editing the tracks so that they can play your music that is supposed to be get to them already ready. So this tutorial is to help you get there already. All right, now if you are in Audition and you open up an audition, some people might have their stuff in default mode, in which you just get the waveform and your music stuff right here. But they do have a template called radio production, and radio production. Let's go back to this is the default mode in Audition. All right, and what you don't see anything to enter any information here. You see your media browser here, your effects racks, your markers, and everything like that there. But if you go into the radio production tab, which is right here, all right, and if you can't find that, you can go into Window, you can go into Workspace, and you can choose the radio production tab that's there. All right, so with that, you go into radio production and you can choose. It'll start you off in BWF. We don't really want BWF. We want ID3, and then ID3 is where we can go and we can edit all of these information. Sorry, there's no S on that. And we're good. So you have One Day, Crazy One, Welcome to Crazy World. It was done in 2005-ish. The genre is that we don't even call it that anymore. Holy hip hop, Christian rap, whatever it is that we're calling it these days. And then so on and so forth. If we want to put the track number in there, we can put the track number, the lyrics, all that good stuff. All right, so that's just a quick tutorial on how to properly tag your stuff. You do that, you save it, and then when you send it out, I guarantee you the person that is receiving your music will be so happy and so delighted that when they put it into their playing software or their scheduling software, they don't have to make a bunch of edits, and therefore it's a greater chance. It's one less thing that you have to worry about for a radio station rejecting your music. You want to make this as easy as possible. You want to make it easy on the ears, you want to make it easy on the eyes, whatever packaging you have, and you want to make it technically easy as well, where they can just put it in. We like the song already, we're going to put it in, and we'll just schedule it where it needs to get scheduled. All right, thank you guys for tuning in for this tutorial. If you like what you see, please hit that thumbs up, smash the thumbs up, and also take a look around and check out some of our other tutorials and our reviews for photography, for videography, and check out a lot of our interviews that we do within the gospel industry. My name is Crazy One. We'll catch you guys next time. See you guys.